Hi guys, thanks for tuning in. I'm Inevitable, and this is the Calm Face Violent Ambition podcast, where I'll be speaking about literally anything that sparks my interest and sharing my perspective on it. Thanks once again for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy the video. So today we're going to speak about mystical states of mind, the neuroscience of meditation and transcendence. This subject blends spirituality, psychology, and science, and it challenges us to see how practices like meditation reshape the brain and open pathways to higher states of awareness. Interesting, right? So, without further ado, let's take a dive into it. Mystical states of mind are often described as experiences of unity, peace, and transcendence, moments where the boundaries of self dissolve and consciousness expand. For centuries, these states were seen as purely spiritual, but neuroscience now reveals how meditation and contemplative practices alter brain activity, chemistry, and structure. When we explore the science behind transcendence, we discover that mystical states are not illusions. They are measurable, repeatable, and transformative. They show us that the mind is capable of extraordinary shifts when trained through discipline and intention. These experiences are not reserved for saints or sages, they are accessible to anyone willing to cultivate awareness and patience. Alright, so like I do in all my videos, I'll be breaking this topic down into 4 different sections, and I'll also be including some nuggets, as I call it, at the end of those sections on how we can go and integrate this insight into our daily life and our daily doings. So let's dive into section 1, brain waves and meditation. Meditation alters brain waves, shifting consciousness into states associated with calm, focus, and transcendence. These changes explain why mystical experiences feel so different from ordinary awareness. Point number 1. Alpha waves increase during meditation, promoting relaxation and quieting mental chatter. This shift allows the mind to enter a state of calm receptivity where thoughts lose their grip and awareness expands. Point number 2. Theta waves, often linked to creativity and intuition, become more prominent in deep meditation, opening pathways to insights, vivid imagery, and mystical experiences that feel like revelations. Point number 3. Gamma waves, associated with heightened awareness, compassion, and integration, surge during advanced meditation, reflecting states of unity and transcendence where the sense of self dissolves into interconnectedness. For example, studies of Tibetan monks show elevated gamma activity during meditation, correlating with feelings of compassion and interconnectedness, demonstrating that mystical states have identifiable neural signatures. Brainwaves shifts reveal that mystical states are not random, they are the result of disciplined practice. Meditation trains the brain to enter frequencies that open the door to transcendence, proving that altered states are both spiritual and scientific. So, meditation reshapes brain activity, guiding us into states where mystical experiences become possible. So, that was section 1, brainwaves and meditation. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear them. Diving into section 2, neurochemistry of transcendence. Mystical states are also fueled by neurochemistry. Meditation influences neurotransmitters and hormones, creating conditions for peace, joy, and unity. Point number 1. Dopamine levels rise during meditation, enhancing focus, motivation, and reward. This makes the practice sustainable and reinforces the joy of transcendence. Point number 2. Serotonin increases, promoting feelings of well-being, reducing anxiety, and contributing to the serenity often reported in mystical states. Point number 3. Oxytocin, the bonding hormone, is released, fostering feelings of love, connection, and unity with others and the universe, deepening the sense of collective consciousness. For example, research shows that long-term mediators often report feelings of bliss and unity, correlating with elevated serotonin and oxytocin levels, demonstrating that mystical states are rooted in biology as much as spirituality. Neurochemistry explains why transcendence feels so profound. Meditation rewires the brain's chemistry, turning ordinary consciousness into extraordinary states of joy, compassion, and unity. So mystical states are not only spiritual, they are biological, rooted in the chemistry of the brain. That was section 2, neurochemistry of transcendence. Do let me know your thoughts. Diving into section 3, structural changes in the brain. Long-term meditation doesn't just change brain activity, it changes brain structure. These physical transformations explain why mystical states become more accessible with practice. Point number 1, the prefrontal cortex, responsible for focus, clarity, and decision-making, thickens with meditation, improving discipline and the ability to sustain transcendent states. Point number 2, the hippocampus, linked to memory and emotional regulation, grows stronger, helping practitioners manage stress, integrate mystical experiences, and cultivate resilience. Point number 3, the amygdala, associated with fear and reactivity, shrinks, reducing anxiety and promoting calm responses, allowing mystical states to unfold without interference from fear. For example, MRI studies show that experience mediators have larger hippocampi and smaller amygdala, correlating with emotional stability and reduced fear, proving that meditation rewires the architecture of the brain. Structural changes prove that mystical states are not fleeting, they reshape the brain itself. Meditation builds a foundation for transcendence by rewiring the architecture of the mind, making extraordinary states sustainable. So meditation transforms the brain physically, making mystical states more accessible and sustainable. Powerful. That was section 3. Structural changes in the brain. Do let me know your thoughts. What do you think about this? Diving into section 4. Mystical experience and collective consciousness. Ultimately, mystical states of mind connect us not only to ourselves, but to collective consciousness. Neuroscience shows that meditation fosters empathy, compassion, and unity, bridging the gap between science and spirituality. Point number 1. Mystical states dissolve the sense of separation, fostering feelings of oneness with humanity and the universe, reminding us that individuality is part of a greater whole. Point number 2. Neuroscience reveals that compassion practices activate brain regions linked to empathy, proving that transcendence has social as well as personal impact. Point number 3. Collective consciousness emerges when individuals cultivate mystical states, creating ripple effects of peace, love, and unity across communities and cultures. For example, studies of group meditation show measurable reductions in community stress and violence, suggesting that mystical states influence collective well-being and social harmony. Mystical states are not only personal, they are collective. Meditation awakens us to unity, proving that transcendence is both a spiritual and scientific truth, capable of reshaping societies as well as individuals. So mystical states connect science and spirituality, showing that transcendence is both measurable and meaningful. Powerful. So that was section 4, mystical experience and collective consciousness. Do let me know your thoughts on section 4. Alright, so now we're going to be diving into the golden nuggets of the video, practical steps on how you can go and integrate this insight into your daily life and your daily doings. Alright, so let's dive in. Step number 1, the most obvious thing, practice daily meditation. Begin with short sessions, gradually increase in duration. Consistency trains the brain to enter mystical states more easily, building resilience and discipline. Point number 2, focus on breath. Use breathing techniques to calm the mind and shift brainwaves into alpha and theta states. Breath is the gateway to transcendence, anchoring awareness in the present. Step number 3, cultivate compassion. Integrate loving kindness meditation to activate empathy and oxytocin, fostering unity, connection, and collective consciousness. Step number 4, track progress. Notice changes in mood, focus, and resilience over time. Journaling helps connect mystical experiences with personal growth, making the journey tangible. Step number 5. Study neuroscience. Learn how meditation reshapes the brain to deepen appreciation for the practice. Knowledge reinforces discipline and bridges science with spirituality. And then step number 6. Join collective practice. Meditate with groups to amplify effects, fostering both personal transcendence and collective consciousness, proving that mystical states ripple outward into communities. Alright? By practicing these steps, we see mystical states not as mysteries but as accessible realities. Neuroscience shows us that transcendence is not only possible, it is measurable, repeatable, and transformative. Powerful. So, those are my 6 practical steps on how you can go and integrate this insight in your daily life and your daily doings with regards to your meditation. Okay? So, I'll leave you with this reflection. Mystical states of mind are not illusions. They are the science of transcendence. How will you train your mind to awaken to unity and peace? Think about it, share it, and let's explore together how meditation reshapes the brain and opens the door to mystical states. I'd love to hear your perspective on this. Drop your thoughts in the comments. How has meditation or transcendence shaped your journey? Your commentary really does add to the conversation, and together I know we can build a deeper understanding of mystical states of mind and what it means to us. Alright? So I'd just like to seize this moment to thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch my video. If you enjoyed my insight, go ahead and leave me a like. And if you're interested in hearing more about what I have to share on this channel, then you can subscribe as well. And once again, I am inevitable, and this is the Calm Face Violent Ambition podcast. Have a wonderful rest of your day.